welcome to today's Yin Yoga class. My name is Amber and I am here to guide you through a beautiful, easy beginner Yin Yoga sequence. We'll start off with an opening meditation. We'll ease into the flow of the positions and we'll take some deep twists. We'll end in Svasasana. A reminder, if you haven't downloaded my ebook yet, please do so. The link is below and it's all about beginner yoga tips and how to get into yoga. If you like the practice today, I'd love your like, subscribe, or share. About Yin Yoga, if you are new to it, it's a slower paced, more meditative version of the popular physical and spiritual discipline of yoga. In Yin, we hold the poses for an average of 3 to 5 minutes. Some classes, believe it or not, actually go up to 30 minutes. We will shy away from those poses today. In Yin class, we are targeting our connective tissue, our ligaments, tendons, fascia, and even our bones. A lot of people confuse yoga with restorative yoga, as restorative yoga is for people with injuries who are stressed, ill, or are seeking healing mobilities. And restorative definitely does that. Yin yoga is for people looking to reach new levels. It invites a deep mental relaxation. Its intention is actually to stress the body to gain more from yourself. We are looking to stress our body to find release, not to feel comfortable as in restorative yoga. Props are actually used to go deeper in a pose in Yin Yoga versus restorative props are used to get you into a deeper relaxation. To keep the body safe, Yin Yoga should be done in a cooler environment. You wouldn't want to take a Yin Yoga class after a long run or an intense workout. It's meant to be done when your body is at a cool state. The benefits that you will receive from Yin Yoga practice is both physical and emotional. It improves your health, range of motion. It improves the elasticity of our tissues. It reduces stress. It helps balance the yin and the yang. It also connects our physical body to our mental and emotional body. It releases emotional and stagnant energy. So if you're new to it, sometimes you might be surprised that you'll be in a pose and all of a sudden you'll just like get an overwhelming sense and you'll start crying. That is us releasing the emotional tension that's built up in our body that we generally don't take care of. So this is perfect for that. We're going to start off with a breathing exercise called Ujjayi breathing, and it's a breathing exercise that's done through your nose. You seal your lips shut, inhale through your nose, and as you exhale, you keep your lips sealed shut and you breathe through your nose. So it sounds like an oceanic breath. Something like this. Now I really overemphasized it so you could hear it. You don't have to do it that hard, but really, you're breathing slightly heavier than you normally would when you're Ujjayi breathing. So let's do that for the next 4 minutes. And as you are doing your Ujjayi breathing, I'm going to read to you a blessing because that is the theme of today's class, is count your blessings. I think it's so important that we recognize that just in general, living is a blessing, and I want to bring some attention and awareness to that today. So go ahead and start your Ujjayi breathing, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your nose. A blessing for yourself. Bless all of your past, your mistakes, your triumphs, all of the decisions you have made to get to this point. Bless the times that you fell to your knees and the times you rose above yourself. Bless all of your present. Bless this moment, pregnant with possibility, hope, and openness. And let's also pick an intention for today's practice. It could be something that you are working on manifesting. Maybe it's a word, or maybe it is you want to dedicate your practice to someone. Ujjayi breath. We're gonna move into our first pose today called Baddha Konasana. For today's class, you do not need any props, although I have been sitting on a block. I'm not going to use it for the rest of the class. Coming onto your mat, seated, the soles of your feet are touching each other, and you can hold your feet on the outside. Inhaling, sitting up tall. We're going to exhale and round your back, bending forward as far as you can while you relax your head. And your head should be just kind of relaxed and come forward as far as you can. If you're not flexible, you can always put your feet further out in front of you like this. That helps you get down further. Whatever feels right for you. You're really wanting to get into the position of where you're feeling your edge. Like, you know, like this is where you need to be. You don't want to push yourself any further. You don't want to take away any. It's just right where you need to be. Using your Ujjayi breath as you sink deeper into this pose. So relaxing. Just letting it all go. Sinking any tension that's in your face. Imagine just turning into soft sponge, releasing. Just about 30 seconds or so left. release your hands from your feet and walk your hands back up your legs, coming into neutral position, crown of the head, coming back up. Let's take a deep breath in and out. All right, we're gonna counteract that pose with some windshield wipers. If you haven't done this pose before, it's, I think, fun. But coming on to your sits bones, put your hands behind you, your fingertips are pointing towards your back, and you're just gonna windshield wiper your knees to the right and to the left. Go back and forth a few times here. You should really feel the stretch in your side body. Let's take one more on each side. And we'll be doing these windshield wipers as a counter pose and a few other poses that we get into today as well. All right, so coming back up, we are going to take straddles. So extending your left leg 45 degrees out, your right leg comes into, your right leg comes in, touching your pubic bone or in the inside of your thigh. We're going to extend our arms up to the sky and bend from your hip, pouring your body over your left leg. And we're gonna hold here for about 3 minutes. You should feel this pose in the right side of your body. So really feeling that stretch kind of in the back, towards the back of your body. And then in your upper right arm as well, kind of this whole area. It's really getting a nice, deep, good stretch. It feels so yummy. All right, let's gently come out of the pose. Walk your hands up your legs till you get into neutral spine. We're gonna switch sides. So bringing our left leg in towards our body, extending our right leg out this time. We're gonna inhale and then exhale, fold over the top of your right leg. And you're wanting to get your forehead as close to your knee as possible. When we do Yin Yoga, it breaks up that fascia that holds all our bones and ligaments and tendons together. It tends to get really tight, and when we do Yin Yoga, it helps break that fascia up and help move the energy through our bodies much, much better.
If you're not able to touch your toes, you can always rest your arms on your mat or even on the tops of your legs. Find what feels good and what works for you. And this isn't necessarily always going to be comfortable. We're pushing ourselves, we're stressing our tendons and our ligaments to make them stronger so you can become stronger. So you have the power to conquer anything. Alright, let's gently come back up, walking your hands up your leg. We're coming into neutral position. Bring our feet together here, and we are going to now balance it out by going down the middle. So extending your right leg and your left leg out. Inhaling and exhaling as we fold forward from your hip. Come down as far as you can. And you can rest your elbows on the floor. If you can't come down this far, it's fine. Maybe you're doing something like this. Just really pushing yourself to what feels where you should be. Maybe you want to rest them on each one of your legs. Keeping up with our Ujjayi breathing. And this stretch you should feel on the inside of both your right and your left thigh. As we do this, we push ourselves and we become more flexible. And so we can be more flexible off the mat in life. When things come up, we don't get thrown for a loop. We're able to make it work. If you do have a block or happen to have one, you could always put it on the floor like this and then rest your forehead on it. I don't have my hat on, so it's hard for me to demonstrate, but you can use it to hold you up if that works for you. Alright, let's gently come back up. Walking your hands in towards your thighs. Coming back up. Let's fold our legs in front of us, and we are going to do windshield again here to counteract that pose. Do back and forth. Let's do it 5 times. Alright, once you've done 5 windshield wipers back and forth on each side, come into tabletop position, and we're going to take a child's pose for 1 minute. So knees should be slightly wider than shoulder width distance. Your toes are going to be touching, and then you're going to lower your body down to the ground, touching your forehead on the floor. Arms are stretched out in front. Begin to walk your hands into your thighs, coming back up onto your knees. We're gonna take Sphinx pose. So walking yourself onto all fours and gently lowering yourself down to the mat. Forehead is on the ground. Your right hand and your left hand are kissing the sides of your shoulders. And on your inhale, extend your arms straight and rest on your elbows. Your elbows are exactly shoulder distance apart. And all of the weight should be buried in your elbows. Gaze should be straight in front of you so your chin is parallel to the floor. Close your eyes and go into your deep meditation with your Ujjayi breath. And this pose is so good for building up our shoulder strength. This can tend to push you to your limits after like the 2-minute mark. You'll really start to feel it in the backs of your arms. But just remain strong. Keep focusing on your breathing. As the pose starts to intensify, it's really important to remain focused on your breathing. Got about another minute left on this one. Let's gently lower yourself back down on the ground. Rest your forehead on your stacked hands and take some deep breaths here. Alright, let's come back into our tabletop position. Coming on to all fours, so your knees are directly below your hips and your hands are directly below your shoulders. You're gonna walk your hands out in front of you as you lower your chest and forehead to the ground. We're gonna go into seal position. Arms should be extended out in front of you as far as possible. You should feel the stretch on the inside and the outside of your arm, upper shoulders. Really feeling the stretch through the upper body. About 30 more seconds. All right, slowly lift your head back up. Drop your elbows to the ground. And walk your elbows back in towards your knees, and we'll come back up into the neutral position. Counter this pose with a child's pose, so extending your knees wider on your mat, slowly crawling forward. And let's come back up. Walking your hands. From here, we're gonna come into a seated position again. We're gonna go into one of my favorite twists called shoelace. With your legs directly out in front of you, bend your left knee and cross it over your right leg. Take your right leg and Bend your knee so it hits your buttocks. Adjust your right foot to feel where it, adjust your right foot so that you're getting into the twist. You can grab the tops of your feet with your hands and gently fold forward. And come as far forward as you can till you feel like it's your edge. So if you go any further, it's not going to be good. That's where you should stop. And you can always also take your hands out in front of you if you get a better stretch, and that works. It feels better. Take it that way. Inhaling and exhaling. Pose. Slowly walk your hands back up and be very, very gentle as you come out of the pose, lifting your left leg. You want to go slow because it's called the rebound. We've just stretched our muscles so much, you don't want to make any rapid movement. So that's why we just gentle baby handle ourselves. All right, let's do it again on the other side. Resting, extending our left leg bent underneath our bum, our right leg crosses over the top, and you'll feel that you might get a better stretch in one side or the other. You'll definitely notice a difference. So inhaling and exhaling, folding forward. And again, make the adjustments as you need to get into this pose because we're going to be settling in for a few more minutes. Your head should just be really dangling, kind of almost resting over. we'll walk our hands back towards our body, sitting straight up. Uncross your legs, and we're just gonna swing around on our mat and coming onto our backs into happy baby. We've made it folks, we're on the floor. All right, so inhale, bringing your knees in, bending them and grasping the outsides of your feet and pulling them in towards your chest so you feel the stretch on your inner thighs and your hips. We're going to take our time here and settle into this pose. If you want to rock yourself back and forth, feel free. I like to take a rocky back and forth, and then I'll come into neutral for a little bit. Whatever feels good for you. Discomfort. And it's just discomfort. If you're in any kind of pain at all in any pose, you always want to come out of it immediately. Poses shouldn't cause pain. They should cause discomfort, but not pain. The first time I ever did Yin Yoga, I was like, what is this? Why do we hold these poses for so long? It's so uncomfortable. But as I got to know the practice more, taking more Yin classes, I realized that was the purpose, was to push ourselves out of our comfort zones. This has really been a foundation for me, pushing myself out of my comfort zone. Because I know that growth does not happen in comfort zones. So if you're just comfortable in yoga, you're not really growing. This is really a great hip opener. If you suffer from hip tightness, this is spot on for opening up your hips. Let's come
gently out of the pose, one at a time, releasing your grip from your foot and lowering your foot onto your mat. Let's take a little windshield back and forth here, a couple times on each side. Alright, in our last pose we are going to take before we move into Shavasana is twisted pose. So, on your mat, knees are bent. Gently roll them. Gently allow them to fall towards the right side, while taking an internal twist. Extending your arms out to each side. Shoulders should be both on the ground. The twist is coming from your internal rotator. Out of the position, let's bring our knees back up to central, and we're gonna gently let them flow to our left side while we twist our head to the right.
Coming back up, raising your knees back to neutral position. Let your legs gently fall to the floor, feet flop to the side, and let's take our last pose of the day, Shavasana. Let everything go. Relax your mind. Just done a lot of amazing work here. Let's just sit and enjoy, or I should say lay and enjoy this beautiful bliss, this living in the moment, recognizing how beautiful and blessed we really are. Let's gently start to wiggle your toes and your fingers. Maybe give your wrists a twist and your ankles. Start to bring movement back into our bodies. Extend your arms over your head. your right side and make your way back up to the top of your mat. Into seated position.
Taking a deep breath in, sealing in the intention you set at the beginning of class with love. Coming into prayer position. I'm going to end our class today with a blessing. Bless yourself for showing up here to practice, to learn, to grow and evolve. Bless yourself for trying no matter what circumstances are. You are doing your best. Bless your courage, your strength. Bless all of your future, the lands and experiences that lay before you, the relationships that you are yet to have. Bless all of the outcomes, all of the choices you make today, knowing that you are being guided and looked after. Bless all parts of yourself, all the sweetness, all the struggles. Bless yourself for being you. And again, I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. Thank you so much for taking care of yourself. If you haven't downloaded my book yet, please do so. Like, subscribe, or share. And I'll see you in my next video. Namaste.